Hello everybody and welcome back to another crypto video. Today has actually been a pretty crazy day for XRP with a lot of different price analysis and some crazy news to talk about. So first, Ripple plans to open new XRP corridors this year. Now this is actually amazing news to hear again from Ripple because we have been waiting for them to introduce some of these new pairs to us. Now reading through this a little bit, Ripple is on track to open new ODL corridors this year, and we're onboarding new customers and working with existing customers to ramp up ODL volume in important corridors including USD to Mexican peso, USD to Philippine peso, Australian dollar USD, and Philippine peso, and from Euro to USD. It remains unclear which countries or corridors Ripple plans to target in the short term, but the payments firm noted in February that it is working on adding new corridors in Europe, the Middle East, Africa, Asia Pacific, and Latin America. So again, we're seeing a lot of crazy movement, crazy plans, and it's actually looking pretty damn good for a change. So if you guys are enjoying the daily crypto news, please support the channel by pressing the like button and subscribing. And again, guys, don't forget to comment down below what your favorite currency is and also what currencies you'd like me to talk about next. Now, I started this video off zoomed in, right? I was actually zoomed in on a pretty interesting trading view idea that I want to show you guys right now. It comes from XRP Canada, and he's putting a really crazy elaborate chart it might look like, but there's an explanation. Hi, what's up everyone? Looking at the one day using fibs, I've set up two scenarios, bull and bear. Before we move forward, when I say LH, this means lower high, and when I say LL, this means lower low. If we are to understand where the future price can potentially go, we need to understand how the price got to where we currently are. By looking at the previous lower highs and the previous lower lows, the price retraces precisely at 0.618, which is C right here, creating a new lower high, which extends perfectly at the 1.414. All right, having said that, though, let's take a little bit of a look at exactly what he's saying. By looking at the previous lower high at A, that is right here. This is a lower high than we previously saw. The previous LL lower low, that's right here over at B. It kept going at lower lows. Right there's the lower low, yes. The price retraces precisely at 0.618 fib. We can see right here, this is a perfect Fibonacci point. It gets there exactly perfect, which is again called C in this case, creating a new lower high, which extends perfectly at the 1.414, which is D. We can see again right here, almost perfectly at 1.414. You can see it exactly where it is. As for the fib extensions work or how they work, typically these ratios are in sync. 0.382 and 1.618, 0.01 or 618. You guys actually know this type of stuff. We went over it on the channel multiple times. It's just they're opposites basically, and thus they will most always be the same thing, you know, if you just turn it around, and thus, yeah. Now that we know how the price made its previous move, we can plot our potential targets for the short term as to where XRP might possibly end up. This is the tricky part because I am no magician. So basically, looking at all the info that we know from A, B, C here, and even D, what can we predict to happen next, right? That's the big question. What can we fetch from this for the future? Now looking a little bit down below, there's two scenarios. The bearish scenario is if we follow the new lower high at A1, we can see right here, this is a lower high from the first A. This is kind of an A nod, and this is then the A1. To the new lower low over at B1, I mean, this is a low, B, here's another lower low, B1. The price begins to retrace precisely, once again at 0.618, C1. So again, if we take this point, it's again exactly perfectly retracing towards C1. Again, exactly the same ABC move happening over here, is what they're trying to say. Knowing that 0.618 is 1.414, we could quote-unquote predict that the price will once again move to the downside and reach our extension at 1.414 D1 at the price of 0.07208. And again, this is for XRP guys, and most of the guys right now are shorting. And again, shorting is not bad for XRP. Don't take this the wrong way, because shorting actually can make us a lot of profit as well. And in the end, if the XRP price goes down, that means a ton of more coins for us. And as you guys know, as I said on Twitter, I'm not done buying, and am I ready to make some more XRP if I can. But in the bearish scenario, we go to D1, which can be seen right there. However, the bullish scenario is also an interesting one to take a look at. If the pattern were to move to the upside, we would now calculate the fib ratio where the price got support from. If we follow the new lower high A1 to the new lower low B1, the retracement indicates 0.618 A2. And again, we can see this move happening right then and there. And if we were to move towards the synced ratio, we could predict that the price will move to 1.414 B2. Again, this is perfectly in sync, is what he's trying to explain here. To 1.414, aka B2, aka 53.85 cents, which would be this mark right here if we were to follow his pattern. Which scenario do you think will play out, bull or bear? And that's why I keep telling you guys, right now is a very important period. Bitcoin is in a very insecure spot, very uncertain spot, and XRP is in the same type of ordeal where we can either get to the pumping table, get some good moves on, or fall down quite far to possibly even 7 cents. However, I do not want to give you guys just one point of view. Here's a couple other ones that I saw were quite popular. We can see he got 110 votes. And he says, XRP to USD 4-hour compression, 10% dump soon new. And again, guys, keep in mind, all these analyses and whatnot, they are not negative for XRP. They're here to make people some money. And, just they're thinking what is going to happen to the price. It's not negative. It's not FUD. You guys know how it works. So here was a fake breakout and a rejection. Again, we couldn't really break past it. Nothing really happened right there. XRP 4-hour chart compression inside TRN. 10% pump or dump soon. All right. Why get subbed to me on TradingView? You can see why, but he is saying, let's see here. Summary and potential trade setup. XRP USD 4-hour chart review. Compression inside TRN now. Fake upside breakout rejected, expecting 10 to 15% mark down to price. Recommended strategy, short rips/rallies. Retest of range highs is bearish. TP1, take profit 1, bears is 19 cents. Take profit 2, bears is 18.4 cents. Good luck traders, supply and demand zones. Fresh demand 18 to 19 cents or 18/19 cents, maybe at both of them. He hasn't noted them right here. But right, he's saying short it. It's actually pretty damn simple. Most likely, if we reject again, short it. But he could also be, going for a pretty tight stop loss and just even, shorting it already. I don't actually know exactly what his plan is. We could look into it a little bit further. But again, another short is basically just what I wanted to say. However, I'm taking him a little bit less serious because it's a little bit of a smaller analysis. It's like a very, very short-term ordeal. However, it can be very powerful, and that's why I do want to put it in here as, again, these things might happen, it might occur. Then there's Alexander Hartford. He says, the XBDUSD has not broken the resistance zone and, as was said before, is going to range while slightly declining in price. Support zone, resistance zone. We, again, had the fake breakout, didn't really work out, didn't really do anything. And most likely we will test the bottom side of this range again, is what he predicts. Again, doesn't necessarily have to be that way. However, combined with some of the earlier analysis here, it is actually quite presumable to say that we might actually hit this. Now, for me, what I'm going to be doing is most likely wait for a little bit higher, like for example here, for this resistance to be tested again. If we get rejected once more, I will most likely short it as well to make myself some profit and get myself some more XRP along the way. And let me know what you guys are doing in the comment section down below. Again, most guys are saying short right now, even though it might not say it right here. It might not say it right here in terms of technical analysis. Most of the popular analyses are saying short. A lot of my friends are saying short as well. And again, that means another good opportunity to make ourselves some more money with XRP. So I think it's a good thing. Keep that in mind. XRP may be poised to decouple from Bitcoin, says crypto market analysis firm. Now, earlier, I told you guys that this stuff is not too true because we would need to get Bitcoin at about 35% market what is it called again? Total market volume, no, total market cap, 35% for Bitcoin. like the total, you guys know what I mean. However, there's actually a couple different scenarios which we didn't in-depthly discuss about when XRP could decouple. And one of those things is if XRP were to get enough liquidity on its own. Second of all, let's actually quickly read here. However, two widely followed technical traders are not on the same page and believe the extended bear market for XRP to BTC pair market is far from over. Trader Cheds tells his 80,000 followers that XRP to Bitcoin is forming a bearish pattern that sets the stage for another leg down, again being kind of bearish. But again, one of the other things that could happen is if we see a very big move on XRP to Bitcoin, basically stating, whatever Bitcoin is doing, we're not going to be quite steady in price here. No, we're going to see XRP excel, or XRP really, really do bad in comparison to Bitcoin. It could actually be either. But just once we see one of those big moves happening, and it could be happening due to a lot of exchanges possibly supporting XRP right now with a couple of trading contests. For example, just a very broad example, it could really increase XRP's volume. It could really increase or change the way that XRP works at this point. For example, a couple other things that could also change this whole couple situation that we got going on right now is, for example, the new checks feature that is coming into XRP. One thing that I've told you guys before about is that Ripple does not support this move. Why? Because all new amendments that roll in come at a price. And one of the prices is that the network doesn't work the same as it used to, or maybe some major changes happen that were not intended for. One of those changes is also decoupling from Bitcoin, or generally decoupling from the market. Why is that so? We might actually, because of a new feature on XRP, maybe not specifically checks, but a new feature on XRP, see such a difference in the behavior that the price does not line up anymore with what Bitcoin and what maybe rational market makers think or do. We might actually see such an irrationality where XRP does not follow the normal traditional sense anymore, and it might go astray. Could happen. It's something to keep in the back of our heads. However, that's a little bit less likely of a scenario. One of the bigger scenarios and one of the, easier ones to predict is the third one, or maybe fourth, I don't know where we were at, is if the social presence for XRP gets ridiculously strong. For example, if Bitcoin and XRP were equal competitors in terms of social presence and know how many people know about it, if you guys get me right there, then XRP could also decouple because XRP would just have so much influence in the space. I believe right now Bitcoin is still very much number one and XRP comes in second. Maybe for this exact period, XRP is number two or number one, but most of the time, Bitcoin still stands at number one in terms of knowledge anyway. Most people know about Bitcoin, not that many people know about XRP. If that changes, it could also do good. And third of all is the relative strength and, usage in that sense as well. If XRP were to be used such a huge amount, for example, if all their plans work out, most likely it does not have to do much with Bitcoin anymore because, people can spend their XRP whenever they want, however they want. People use XRP as a means of payment, and thus more likely XRP would just be really, really reliant on US dollar instead of Bitcoin, and so forward and so forward. People just use XRP standalone and not really to kind of compare it to Bitcoin's moves. However, it's a potential thing, not really sure whether or not anything like that is going to be happening. And I would also just wait a little bit to see if Bitcoin's total percentage goes down, because for right now, Bitcoin is so strong still at about 66 or so percent that it's a little bit of a scary game to play. Ripple and XRP named as potential payments game changers by U.S. Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. The U.S. Consumer Financial Protection Bureau just released a final rule that implements a number of consumer remittance protections outlined in the Electronic Fund Transfer Act. The rule is designed to protect U.S. citizens who send international remittances by ensuring they know the cost of the transfer, the exchange rate, the amount the recipient will receive, and when the payment will be completed. So basically, all that Ripple does, right, is what they want to protect citizens for. Right now, there is not as much transparency, which is one of the main reasons why Ripple came into play anyway, to make sure that sending money is as simple as sending information online. Really transparent, really simple, really fast, without any flaws and issues. Although it's primarily designed to help regulators enforce the law, the rule also examines the remittance landscape as a whole and specifically calls out both Ripple and the crypto asset XRP as potential transformative cross-border payment solutions. To quote, "The Bureau has continued to monitor the remittance transfer market since the publication of the assessment report and observes that most of these developments continue to progress. Examples include the continued growth and expanding partnerships of virtual currency companies such as Ripple, which offer both a payment messaging platform to support cross-border money transfers as well as a virtual currency. XRP, which can be used to effect settlement of those transfers. According to the final rule, the CFPB believes Ripple's payment technologies and improvements to the legacy payment network SWIFT could give banks enhanced control over the way money moves." And again, this is such a distinction to receive here. Such amazing news, such an amazing progression. To the degree banks and credit unions increase their reliance on closed network payment systems for sending remittances, transfers, and other cross-border money transfers, the Bureau notes that this could result in greater standardization and ease by which sending institutions can know exact covered third-party fees and exchange rates. The Bureau also believes that expanded adoption of Swift's GPI product or Ripple's suite of products could similarly allow banks and credit unions to know the exact final amount that recipients of remittance transfers will receive before they are sent. The new protections implemented by the CFPB were first added to the Electronic Fund Transfer Act as a part of a series of sweeping Wall Street and banking reforms that were enacted back in 2010. Before the reforms, cross-border transfers fell largely outside of the scope of the federal consumer protection laws, and thus this is a game changer, guys. Don't forget it, what I just said. This is huge because they're mentioning them by name. That's one thing. They're mentioning them as a competitor to Swift, or actually more so an enhancer to the current Swift system, and basically acknowledging that the future of all US consumers lies with XRP. And one of the cool things that I often tell you guys about Ripple and XRP is that not a single person that is transferring money has to know about XRP, right? And one of the issues we often see is that people do not trust crypto, or people do not like it. They will try to circumvent whenever they can. But through XRP, they don't need to know about it. They don't even have to ever have heard the name XRP. They don't even have to know anything about crypto or ever having touched it before to be able to use it. That is the power of Ripple. That is why XRP is leveraged by Ripple, is just really ridiculously fast, cheap, reliable, and decentralized. And again, some issues will of course arise with some people saying they're frauding the game, or they're stealing, or they're doing some other stuff to security and things like that. However, if you don't believe in that, again, and you can see the good side about it all, it's looking pretty damn juicy. If it is a security in the end, I have no idea what's going to be happening, guys, because that would be a very crazy. I already get like the chills on my spine. Be a very, very crazy scenario, but I personally believe that we're investing into the future here. It's looking pretty damn good. These videos are not sponsored by Ripple whatsoever. Again, I can just shit talk them whenever I want. I even told you guys to short it, so, who cares? But I really just enjoy investing into some of these coins. Today, it's about XRP. Maybe tomorrow I'll do a couple other coins. I'm going to be talking about a lot more on the channel because I want to fetch as much as I possibly can out of, my influence right now. I want to talk to you guys about all the coins that you like, but you just got to comment down below what coins you'd like to see next, and I'll talk about them. But that was it for today. Hopefully you all enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you press the like button and subscribe, and I'll see you guys again in another crypto video. Take care, everybody, and have a very, very nice day.